Hey everyone, Ryan Young, Kama Jiu-Jitsu, and I hope you're all doing well. It's raining out here in Dallas right now, so normally I'm driving the car while I'm talking, just kind of thinking out loud. That's how I do these videos, but decided to park. You might be able to hear the rain. If you do, I apologize. I'm not moving, so I'm not making it worse. Anyway, what I'm gonna talk about today. I actually got a topic that was brought up to me by a friend of mine, and he's a black belt. Not gonna tell you where, because he didn't want his name to be brought up, which is fine. And his thinking was knowing your master's style. Yes, right? So let's say, and his saying, knowing your master's style, and that being the reason why a master needs a curriculum. Because if you have a curriculum, then you're going to teach your students the certain things the way you want them executed. Right? Here at Kama Jiu-Jitsu, we do have a curriculum, and our students tend to have certain knowledge, certain types of things that they do, whereas other schools will have a certain database for their students as well. Now, this particular professor brought up, people will come to his gym and they'll say they're from so-and-so gym, and he'll either go, yeah, that guy is a good representative of him, or he'll say, no. And the reason is because this particular person who says he's from this particular professor's gym or master's gym, but doesn't train like him, then it's like, okay, so you say you're from that master, but your jiu-jitsu is nothing like his. There's a lot of that going on, right? So you, for instance, you might have a master who's known for his self-defense, but yet you have black belts that come out of his school who know zero self-defense. That happens. It's not self-defense, that's really the issue. I just brought that up as a hypothetical. It could be your master is known for his back attack game, yet you do not know how to attack anybody from the back, if that makes sense. A lot of professors don't have a curriculum, but yet they may run hundreds of people through their academy and have students whose games look nothing like theirs, and either look like a mishmash or look like somebody else's game altogether, right? That's like saying I'm from X Gracie school, but my jiu-jitsu is actually John Doe's jiu-jitsu. I guess if you're going to a school, some people just go to a jiu-jitsu school just to train. They're self-taught, meaning they're choosing what they're wanting to learn, and they just go to a school just to learn a few new things here and there and to train with other people. That's really the only reason why they go to a particular location. It's the most convenient location to them. They're not really interested in learning a particular style of jiu-jitsu. I get messages on that a lot, where I get people telling me, hey, I like doing the self-defense stuff or the traditional Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, but the only school near me is a competition school, but I need to get some reps in, so I'm gonna go join this competition school. But in their mind, their thought process says, I'm not gonna be doing this competition style. Or a guy who's a competitor, and there's only self-defense schools in his area that's convenient for him, so he just goes and does the old self-defense type school, but in his mind is practicing in the competitive stuff. And when he does his sparring at this self-defense school, he's doing all the competitor style things. So let's say this competitor is at this self-defense school, and this self-defense instructor teaches the self-defense, practices self-defense, but doesn't really have a set curriculum by which every student is judged and measured. So he just goes, wow, this guy is really good. He taps everybody, taps all my, brown belts as a brown belt, and so it's time for him to get his black belt. And he's a good guy, he's not a jerk, and I think he deserves a black belt. So now he's self-defense instructor X's black belt, but he has no self-defense game in him. So now he's going to go around to various places, say, hey, where'd you get your black belt from? Oh, I got it from self-defense instructor X. Huh. Okay, so why do you not do his game? What do you say, right? People say, no, I know self-defense instructor X, and what you do is not his jiu-jitsu. Yeah, but he gave me the black belt. Yeah, so I guess that technically does make you his black belt. Although you don't do his style. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Right? So Dave Kama's my professor, so I just try to do what he teaches me, and I pass on to our students here what I was taught by Dave. And Rickson taught Dave, and Dave is then trying to pass it on to us. You know, Jack also goes and trains at Rickson's and shares a lot of the knowledge with us as well. So we're all trying to do Rickson's style of jiu-jitsu as we get it from Dave, Jack, or whoever. We're trying to be the next Rickson Gracies. You know, that's kind of impossible to do, but doesn't mean we're not going to stop trying. But the thing is, if you can't claim yourself to be from the Rickson lineage without having a thorough understanding of connection, weight distribution, and you can't be a Gracie Torrance student unless you understand the whole self-defense and the combatives, right? On the other hand, you can't be out of XYZ competitor school and not know how to do any competition techniques or strategies, right? It just doesn't make sense. So if your instructor says he's from a self-defense school but doesn't teach self-defense but got his black belt from there, something's amiss here. Either that self-defense school doesn't have a strict criteria and curriculum by which they teach and evaluate their professors, or your professor could have gotten his rank over at another competitive school and just simply transferred over. That happens a lot. You get a lot of guys who let's say they got their black belt on one side of the Gracie family and broke off for whatever reason from that family and affiliated with somebody from the other side of the family. Completely different. It can be, not always, but it can be completely different jiu-jitsu, but yet this person now represents the other side. So he's teaching the jiu-jitsu that he learned to a group of people who are expecting to learn another type of jiu-jitsu. Does that make sense? Anyway, just want to see what your thoughts on that. For me, I try to be as pure to my instructor as I can. And if I cannot, or I don't agree with my instructor, then I'll go somewhere else. For me, it doesn't matter convenience. I want to train under the person that teaches what I want to learn. But that may be just me. At any rate, I want you guys all to stay safe. Have a very Merry Christmas. And we'll talk to you soon. Happy training. Bye-bye.